Hi everyone, my name is Jacqueline Cook and I welcome you back to Bloq Brings Answers. We have with us still Connie Barrientos-Carey, and we are talking about the job market and how it has shifted. So Connie, we have a few additional questions for you about what you think, where we go from here, if you think this pandemic has long-lasting effects on the job market, and what do we do about that? So what are your thoughts?
Definitely, this will have long-term effects. Real estate-wise, that's going to affect rentals, office rentals, because now companies are realizing, oh, we can actually have people working from home, so they can save a lot of money. A lot of the call center representatives, however, since we're put at a limit, like only 50% of the workforce can go to the office now, and a lot of these companies would want them in the office so they can supervise. Um, People working, but for the most part, only half of it comes to the office. So they can rent like smaller office spaces. So there's going to be like we've talked about, the real estate bubble bursting, and here we are. Also, this is going to be a long-term effect. We will have people working from home permanently. We're going to be doing things remotely permanently. This has also changed people's um, buying habits. So now everyone is doing, everyone's online shopping. So that will give rise to a lot of need for retail customer service representatives and a lot of digital marketing. And yeah, we can't go out like we used to do. We can't go shopping anymore. There has to be social distancing. We have to pre-order. We have to call for appointments beforehand. Definitely, a lot of practices will have to change and will change from here on.
So it sounds as if you're expecting these changes to somehow permanently shift how we work and how companies hire. What are the challenges that you see companies facing in terms of continuing to engage their employees, and what can companies do to do so?
Working from home can be such a challenge, especially in a country like the Philippines. I have to be honest, the Filipinos are not exactly known for initiative and being left alone to work. Um, like where they are. We have had several clients who are not Filipinos complain about that. The typical Filipino, you really have to micromanage and you have to like check on them in offices. So now that it's working from home, like it's more challenging for these companies. But what we can do is that you have to allot time every week to check on your people, to always have meetings. You cannot disregard meetings, just to realign and set goals for the week and to check on them, to check on their mental health. This is like really insane for everyone. This is a first time for all of us dealing with the pandemic. We've never had anything similar to this. Like, sure, we've had like outbreaks of dengue or polio, but we've never had to be locked down at home. And the change of our routine has really brought a lot of anxiety to all of us. So I'm worried because after the pandemic, the next thing we have to worry about is a surge of mental health problems and suicides. And I've talked to my doctor friends and my psychiatrist as well, and they've mentioned that there has been an increase of cases of anxiety and depression, which is very, very worrying. So as companies, we've worked on getting people to work from home. It's also important for us to check on our people, check on their mental health, check how we can support them, to reassure them that we're all in this together and nobody's going to get left behind, given the very uncertain economic environment that we have right now.
Mm-hmm. What do you think are the things that will help employees flourish? You spoke about, the challenges of mental health, and that we're going to have to face it in the next couple of months. What can we do so that as employees or as applicants, we flourish in this environment and meet the challenge head on?
For one, we really need to be more output and productivity based. Like we should like really do away with our usual way of thinking that we pay people based on the time they log on. It's not that, because after 4 hours, our brains really do shut down. We are not productive beyond 4 hours. So at least be productivity oriented or output based. So you're giving your people the time that they need to accomplish the goals, and after that they can do whatever they want that will keep them grounded and keep them sane. So if you can like come up with yoga programs or any workout programs on Zoom, which a lot of companies are doing right now, that would be very helpful. If A lot of companies I know have come up with clubs like book clubs, like although through Zoom. So like there has to be a sense of community and support, and that works for people, because we really could use any amount of support we can get at this time.
Mhm. I love that you mentioned a sense of community and support, because we are social beings, and being removed from the office where you
Yes,
can interact with people
exactly.
is such a jarring experience
It's like
for a
to
lot of
be
us.
isolated is it's insane. Like I have to be honest, like the first month, like sure, yeah, I'm okay. Like me, I always tend to stay at home and just read, and I don't really care what happens outside. Then I realized, shit, I can't go out and get coffee. I can't do my grocery runs. And that's when it all like really dawned on me, like my life has changed, and that's when everything's like, oh god, this is not good. So that's just one person. Imagine everybody going through that, and this is just with a job, with a business. Imagine people who just lost their jobs, or whose employment is unstable or uncertain at that time. So like you can just imagine the many anxiety inducing experiences everyone is going through right now.
Absolutely. And there's definitely ways to move forward. And I'm sure that you have talked with a lot of business owners, a lot of HR personnel about how they intend to move forward. So we're going to talk about that in our next segment. For now, I would like to thank everybody who has joined and watched our episode of Bloq Brings Answers. We have more to ask Connie in our next segment, so we hope you join us next time. My name is Jacqueline Cook, and I'm hosting today's session brought to you by Bloq Residences. See you then.